Hi again, hope you're having a great day again, and welcome back for another video. Right, today this video is I want to talk about the prices of Bitcoin, and that means the effect on other cryptocurrencies. So first, US dollar mirrors 1920s Weimar Republic hyperinflation against Bitcoin. So in a Twitter user called Plan B, he has actually made a chart, and his point was, and you should look at the chart. Basically, the black line was the value of one gold mark in paper marks, one gold mark, and he's saying basically the price trend of Bitcoin so far reflect that of the movement, very similar correlation, and that just show that it is due for a breakout very soon, and he's not the only one saying that. Another user called Galaxy, he is also saying in April the price of Bitcoin will no longer be $3,000. That means it's going to break out again above the current level. That means we will never see another price of Bitcoin at 3,000. So that's again very good news, but of course they could be wrong, but anyway, let's look at some of the fundamentals, and also earlier on I did a video on the fundamentals, saying why it is so positive. Next, CNY Chinese yuan inflows in the crypto market surge after Shanghai Composites spike. So there's a Twitter user again called Anton Parji. He said basically, last week, and in fact the most recent weeks, there is a lot of Chinese dollars, Chinese yuan flowing into the crypto markets, and you have seen the volumes in terms of yuan to Bitcoin trading has really increased substantially in the past week, and part of that reason is because of the stock market in Shanghai Stock Exchange, for example, has done really well since the beginning of this year. It has gone up by 24% year to date, and he believes that, he hypothesized that the gains from those stock market have actually been flowed to cryptocurrency as well. But people basically are feeling bullish and being happy, so they want to also invest in something that they, although risky, but they also want to, basically they feel more bullish, so they're more risky, or more risk taking to go into cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin here, so the chart below is the Paxful volume. It's a peer-to-peer exchange that shows the volumes definitely have in the last week has increased a lot, and what are they buying? So basically they see, just in the last 24 hours, they have seen $161 million worth of Chinese yuan flowing into the Bitcoin markets, and then this is followed by 74 million into Ethereum and 19 million into XLM or Stellar. So it is very interesting that again they are only buying the top coins, or the coins that are expected to make very big news, which is Stellar. In the earlier video, I've made a video where Stellar has formally announced a partnership with IBM Worldwire, and their system has gone live yesterday, and that just means that already 6 banks have already signed a letter of intent to use IBM's network powered by Stellar. That means they're going to use Stellar as the medium of exchange to transfer funds globally, at instant speed and very low cost, and that is a competitor definitely to Swift and XRP. But I do see the future where there will be a few of the top major coins being succeeding as the major currencies of the world. So not just Stellar, I believe there will be other coins as well being succeeding. So please do go and watch that for more details. Next, Cardano's Charles Hoskinson said an ETF will eventually be approved once the bad actors are flushed out of the crypto space. So he has basically recently interviewed in Hong Kong by Gyro Finance, and he has said that he believes that ETF approval is not a matter of if anymore, but it's more of when, and he do see this as because the regulators really want the market to be super secure, to be super safe, before they want to open this market up for the very small retail players, because ETF is really, you know, accessible to very, very small time retail players. So they really, really don't want to be blamed, right? So they really, really want to play safe, but given that so much activities and big names are already embracing crypto, and SEC even now, right, are softening their stance against crypto. They are having roadshow to meet the crypto community, and right, that is just great news, that, right? So, and I also agree with him completely, 100%, that yes, it's definitely going to happen, but we just don't know when, right? After all, SEC chairman last week also have said that he still has a concern about the crypto market being manipulated. And I mean, I don't blame him. After all, you have reports even today, right, that you have reports saying that a lot of the volumes on the crypto exchange are faked, are much, you know, overstated. And all this just doesn't give a lot of credibility, a lot of confidence, right, for new investors into this space. So a lot of room for, you know, new firms and startup to actually improve and come up with new offerings to improve this. And, you know, I'm sure it's going to happen. After all, again, a video earlier, we talked about how the crypto space is maturing with a lot of metrics now, right? It's very standardized metrics to compare cryptocurrencies being listed now on CoinMarketCap, and you should definitely look at that video. And next, Bitcoin advocate Mike Novogratz still high on hopium, and that's okay. So CZ Binance has actually asked publicly whether we are in a bull market or bear market. The final results say 64% think we are in a bear market, though Michael Novogratz in reply to that said he doesn't agree to either. He doesn't think it's bear or bull market. He just said looks pretty sideways to me, but basing next move higher. And basically what he's saying is that, right, he thinks that the market is about to break out, and in a very positive way. So again, you know, supporting to the earlier few points that I have put in this video, right, where, you know, you have Twitter user actually doing a chart technical analysis showing that, right, the Bitcoin is expected to break out, and in a very, very steep manner, right, versus USD. And you have also seen another user, different user, right, that also he, based on his own technical analysis as well, that the prices no longer see 3,000 level anymore. And you have Chinese people coming into this space, and that is huge. If they really come and masse into this space, you know, we are really, really going to see huge, you know, rally, right, that you would think that the previous rally is really nothing. And lastly, we have Vancouver's twins. Facebook cryptocurrency is cool, but Bitcoin is better. So billionaire investors Cameron and Tyler Vancouver, they're not worried about Facebook's cryptocurrency project will end up being a Bitcoin killer, right? In fact, he basically said, you know, their premise is that Bitcoin is still so young for people to crowd over its demise. And he make a comparison between Amazon, right, outmaneuvered retail giant Barnes and Nobles, despite Barnes and Nobles were being the incumbent for such a long time, right? That's exactly, you know, a few of these very, very famous people. And after all, remember the Vancouver's twins, although they have invested in Bitcoin very, very early when Bitcoin was just between $8 and $120, which is very, very early days, they are still holding on. In fact, they are investing their money into this space, right, with Gemini Exchange, with the Gemini USD, that stable coin, right? So they are putting their money where their mouth is, and that is very important. Similar to Michael Novogratz, right, he is very much invested into companies in this space. So they are not just talking, they are really, you know, putting their money where they really talk, where they really see their potential, right? Means see what the rich are doing instead of just what they are talking. And in this case, their action are aligned with their words, and that's very, very important, right? So after all, this is not just the news, right? I mean, think of it this way. We already have First Pension Fund investing into crypto, although they are only investing now into crypto-related companies, but it's just a matter of time. They need warming up. They need to ease up, right, to the notion that they are into crypto. Before that, they can invest up to 15% of their funds directly into crypto, and that will be huge, right? And then you have Fidelity offering custody live already for their clients. They officially come out in the interview saying they interviewed 450 clients, and 20% of these institutional clients already into crypto, and they will double their crypto holdings in the next 5 years. Yeah, and of course you have now banks openly adopting and transferring their funds using Stellar, and already XRP also onboarded a lot of top banks in many countries to use their coins as the medium of exchange for global funds transfers. And Lightning Network is of course seeing huge growth, right? Where in terms of channels, in terms of nodes, they're just like, monthly increase is crazy, right? It's like 50%, 30% increase month on month. So that is huge, adoption, right? And the industry is clearly maturing with a lot of regulators coming in to regulating this space, right? So I just hope you really feel my excitement, right? I really hope my excitement can flow through the waves and over this video to you, and hope you can pass on this excitement and this knowledge to a lot of people around you, because they ought to know, right? So you don't want them to be missed out. You don't want them to say, why didn't you tell them? Why didn't you share with them this, good thing that and why don't you share? So I hope you like this, right? And please share this around, very important. And do subscribe, leave a like, right? And I will see you tomorrow. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for your support.